8 Relationships between the greatest creator and human beings. 1. Siafeng. Translation edited by Long and Ailian. Humanity has direct or indirect relationships with all things in the universe, and the relationship with the greatest creator is the most important among all relationships. This relationship directly relates to the life and death of humanity and also relates to the future of every person. There are 8 major relationships between the greatest creator and humanity. 1. Relationship of appearance. The greatest creator has no fixed form, he can become any form. Human form is designed according to the form of the gods in heaven. In other words, human appearance is similar to that of gods but not to that of the greatest creator. 2. Relationship of wisdom. The greatest creator created the gods of heaven himself. Humans are not created directly by the greatest creator. The first group of human beings created by gods were the African blacks and the American Indians. The Egyptians and the European whites were the second group of human beings created by gods. The Asian yellow race, with the Chinese nation as the core, came from the Pure Land, the Elysium world, and are a variation of the dragon, followers of the evil god. They are the third group of human beings on Earth, so the ancestors of the yellow race are not human beings. Adam and Eve are the ancestors of the Israelites and most people in the Middle East. They were created by another god in the mysterious Garden of Eden. In terms of wisdom, human wisdom can never reach the wisdom of the greatest creator. Only gods can understand the wisdom of the greatest creator. If the white and black races can cultivate to a high level, they can understand the wisdom of the gods. The yellow race itself carries the genes of celestials and Buddhas. If they can understand the truth and see their nature, they can have the wisdom of celestials and Buddhas. The Israelites and most people in the Middle East have both. 3. Relationship of affiliation. Humanity does not directly belong to the management of the greatest creator. The gods of heaven are directly managed by the greatest creator. Humanity is managed by one god but is always hindered and destroyed by another god. Since the gods are unified in opposition, the 2 types of gods are evenly matched, and neither can defeat the other. Therefore, human society can never achieve a perfect state and can never be peaceful. Human hearts are always seeking balance and support in the conflicting and contradictory forces of good and evil, beauty and ugliness, truth and falsehood. For example, one god created Adam and Eve, while another god immediately planted a so-called tree of wisdom in the Garden of Eden to lure them into eating from it. By eating the fruit from that tree, Adam and Eve's thought patterns were changed to be able to oppose the God who created them. The God who created them was aware of the other God's scheme and warned Adam and Eve not to eat from the tree, but ultimately, they couldn't resist the temptation and followed the other God's path. In anger, the God who created them expelled them from the Garden of Eden. The God who truly cares about humanity is referred to as the God of light, while the opposite is referred to as the God of darkness. Jesus represents the God of light, while Satan represents the God of darkness. The God of light cares about humanity's fate and destiny, seeking to lead people to pursue truth, goodness, and beauty, so they can achieve mental freedom and happiness, as well as physical freedom and pleasure. Buddha clearly understood the human situation in the competition between the gods of light and darkness and taught his disciples to give up worldly life and pursue transcendence, freeing themselves from the gods of light and darkness, and reaching the Pure Land directly. On the surface, the God of darkness appears to be very concerned about humanity, but in essence, he is only interested in making people pursue material possessions, such as money, power, status, beauty, fame, success, and being superior to others. He does everything in his power to keep people preoccupied with immediate interests, leaving them little time for deep contemplation, ultimately preventing the God of Light's plan from being realized. Therefore, in essence, the God of darkness does not really care about humanity, he leads people astray from the true purpose of life.